Vicoding University, training humans to train themselves. Um, One of the things that happens about this time is, when we first started training, we're all excited and everything, but then we start to lose energy. And a lot of times, well, it's due to a whole lot of different things, but the goal is how do we keep it going? Uh, one of the things is you're uh, on a diet, you haven't lost the weight yet, or are we there yet? We're all about the results. But remember, it's things go through a process. If you think of a baby, you know, can hardly lies on his back, wiggling his arms and legs, and then it finally learns to turn over, and then it learns to to sit up, and then it learns finally to crawl around a little bit, then to crawl faster, then to pull itself up and bounce around a bit, then learns to do little dashes, then finally a little run. All this takes time. There's different steps. It's like, and each step the baby's all excited. Okay, and that's what you want to do. It's like you if you're it's like climbing a mountain, to another example. It's like you want to have this whole complete thing you're going for. I'm climbing this mountain, or I'm creating this ID, this aspect of myself that I'm creating. And when you climb that mountain, you have a hill, then you have a river to cross, then you have these boulders to crawl around or up through, or through a cave, or I don't know what you do, but the key is that each step you sort of start from where you're at, and you look to see where the next level is, and you design and figure out how to get there. And the key aspect of not only figuring out how to get there, you want to do it in a way that's fun, exciting, where you can add juice to it. Remember, as we do these things in training, we need to have those internal drives that go, wow, this made it neat. And it's like doing that, it's really makes it work. And that's what kids do. They get excited, they play around, and they do. In fact, kids, one of the big irritating things they do is they repeat things, right? Over and over again. They watch something over and over again. They say things over again. They do things over and over again. And it's like, because they're so excited about it. It's all new and exciting. And then once they get it, they master it. Now it becomes something that they do and they can do. And that's what you want to do on all your levels through the Vicoding training. You're going to get these things, and little by little, we're going to start combining them. See, it's like, the baby first has to get enough strength to hold his big head up, then has to develop a little balance, then has to get some leg strength so that it can hold its own weight, and then it bounces around again, and it starts to get a little bit more balance and weight in the legs, all the middle muscles working together, and then finally it does a quick run, and it figures out how to stop. Anyway, the whole point is it's little by little things start to grow and combine and work together. And it's like, if you are so focused on getting to the end, oh, I want to read, or I Vicoded 2,000 words a minute. It's like you're all focused there. It's like you're not gonna get the skills and the stuff that's gonna allow you to get there. It's like if you were to, pick up a baby crawling and say, okay, walk. It just isn't going to happen. You've got to realize that the baby's got to enjoy the crawling, and it's got to enjoy the bouncing up and down on its leg, and it's got to learn to the creating its balance, and it's his dash for this or whatever, and as it develops the coordination to get those legs working together. And those are all things that are exciting to the baby. They just are excited. They do it. So remember, we're not only training you how to Vicode, but we're also training you how to train yourself. So you have to pick this concept of your ideas. You're developing an identity, and this aspect of yourself that you're developing has levels and things that have to be accomplished to get there. And you want to think of it as the whole mountain, but along that mountain there's all these things that you're going to do, and you're going to enjoy doing them, or as a baby you're going to enjoy doing them. And pretty soon you're going to have all those things accomplished. But if you get the rush to get to the end, it's just going to slow you down. It's going to be very frustrating. It's like, oh, still can't Vicode. I still can't do that. Well, no, you're not trying to do that. Try to get those aspects and say, okay, I'm doing this good of this aspect. When I see these letters, something pops in my mind. When I see these letters, this pops in my mind. When I see all with Vicoding, we first went through just getting a line so we can see the whole line. Then we see 2 lines and 3 lines and 4. Then we try to connect all those lines into linear lines. Then we try to break those lines into sentences that in each sentence might be a couple of lines long and a couple of lines long. Then we start to see sentences, 2 sentences at a time, then 3 sentences at a time. Then we start seeing a paragraph. You think, a paragraph? paragraph has a whole meaning in itself, and it's made up of these sentences that are now just like words to us, and it's like, whoa, we just see the words, okay, and all the time we're pretending that all that stuff that we're doing in flip books is going on. We see the preposition in, we see it in the refrigerator, we just, boom, and we see that just the code for it, and we go there, or we see the subject, the verb, whatever that, and we get to the end picture, and all that stuff starts to pop together, and then pretty soon, finally we're doing it, but at each level we're doing one thing, or another thing, or another thing, or another thing, and just because we can see multiple lines doesn't mean we can understand stuff. Just because we can understand a few words or a few phrases doesn't mean we can understand a whole sentence, and once we understand the sentence doesn't mean we can understand the paragraph all at once. I mean, you got to take it in steps here, and remember, we're first doing the pretending we're understanding it, and then later on when we get there, that'll be next week, is when we start looking at how, well, we still got one more week of putting things together, don't we? So we're still putting things together. So remember, as we go through this, don't try to get the crawling baby to run yet. Okay, don't test it out. Why aren't you running, and get all disappointed and discouraged, right? We're just putting things together. So one of the key things is to learn how to keep excitement at each level that you're learning and training yourself to do. Vibe Coding University, training humans to train themselves.